start our first chapter, that is your statistics for economics. Firstly, we'll discuss about what are consumers. Consumers are those people who buy products or services. That means when you buy goods and services, so you will become a consumer. Whether you are buying for its personal use or whether you are buying it for your family, but it will be the final consumption of the product or service, then only you will be called as a consumer. Next thing is, what are producers, or who are producers and who are sellers. Sellers are those who sell goods and producers are those who produce goods. There is a very big difference. Producers are those people who are producing the goods, that means they are the manufacturer, for example your farmers, your industrialists, whereas sellers are those who are just selling the product or service, that means your shopkeepers or your wholesale markets. Next one is your service holder. Service holder means when a person is doing a job under you or under some of the other person, that means he will be known as a service holder. Whereas when a person is giving you the service, when a person is giving you the job, or when a person is offering you some kind of job and giving you some of the payment, then he will be known as your service provider. Okay, holder means who is working under a specific person to get a salary, whereas service provider is the one who is giving you payment for the services you are giving to him. Next one is your economic activities. Now, what are economic activities? Economic activities are basically those activities which we conduct so that we can earn some money. That means your monetary gain, that I have marked monetary gains. For example, if you are selling some of the goods as a shopkeeper, so that will be known as your economic activity as a self-employed person, because you are selling those goods for your self-consumption as well as for the standard of your living. So when you are earning something, when you are gaining money, when you are gaining profit, that means you are doing some economic activity. Now we have discussed what is that producer, what are consumers, who are sellers, who are buyers, who are purchasers, etc. Now move towards the meaning of economics with the help of different economists. Different economists. First one is your Smith, that is your Adam Smith. He has defined economics as the wealth of nation. Economics is nothing but the study of wealth. That means he is saying that whatever you are earning will be treated as your economics. Then another one is your Marshall. Now first one has said just that economics is the study of wealth only, but Marshall has some other views. Marshall says that no, economics is not just the study of wealth, economics is the study of material welfare. That a man earns money to get material welfare, that means how he is using his earning in public welfare. For example, if a person is earning 50,000 rupees, if all 50,000 rupees he is going to spend on himself only or for his savings only, then what about the public welfare? So in that case, he is going to spend a small amount of his money in public welfare, and that's how we will conclude the economics. Then the next one is your Lionel Robbins. Now this is the definition which is actually accepted in India as well as in other countries. That is your economics is a scarcity definition. That means that every need is unlimited, whereas the resources are limited. So this is your scarcity definition. Scarcity means when there is a lot of deficiency or limitations of the products as compared to your demand. That means your demand is very much high, but the supply of the product is very low. So there scarcity arises, and that scarcity is defined by Lionel Robbins. Now the next one is your Samuelson. Samuelson is the last person who has just modified the definition of scarcity and given his own definition, that is growth oriented definition. That means he has done nothing but he has just modified the scarcity definition given by Lionel Robbins. Now what he says that economics is a social science. Economics is a social science of how you use your scarce means, यानी कि आप अपने स्केयर रिसोर्सेज को किस तरीके से यूज़ करते हो, जिनके अल्टरनेट यूजेस भी हैं, उन्हें आप किस तरीके से यूज़ करते हो कि वो आज आपकी ज़रूरतों को पूरा कर दे और साथ के साथ आप कल के लिए यानी कि आप फ्यूचर के लिए भी उन्हें सिक्योर कर सको और उन्हें स्टोर कर सको. ओके, सो दैट मीन्स हाउ यू आर यूजिंग अ पर्टिकुलर थिंग इन द present way, and how you are sustaining it for future so that your kids or your next generation can use the resource. This is the very important definition of your chapter, and this is very big definition also. So if you are not able to cram it, just understand it that he has modified the scarcity definition a little bit, and what he has concluded that how you are using your scarce means which have alternate uses in a form so that you can consume it presently, satisfy your needs in present way, as well as you can secure them or save them for the future use as well. Now moving toward your next topic is your economic activities as well as your non-economic activities. We have discussed a very little part of economic activity in the starting of the chapter, but we will discuss it furthermore after non-economic activity. Now first one is your non-economic activity. Non-economic activity means those activities which are performed with the aim of providing services to others without any regard to monetary gain. That means they are generally those activities which are done for social welfare or psychological satisfaction. आप अपने mental satisfaction के लिए कर रहे हो, आप अपनी सिर्फ सोशल वेलफेयर के लिए कर रहे हो. These are not related with the monetary gains. आप इसे प्रॉफिट के लिए नहीं कर रहे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ़ यू आर वर्किंग इन एन ओल्ड एज होम, अगर आप ओल्ड एज होम चला रहे हो या आप उसके अंदर काम कर रहे हो, सो यू आर डूइंग अ सोशल सर्विस. अगर आप ऑर्फनेज में काम कर रहे हो, अगर आप कोई NGO में काम कर रहे हो, या अगर आप कोई फ्री की सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो लोगों को, सो जैसे आपने देखा होगा नेकी की दीवार लगती है इन बहादुरगढ़ स्टेट ऑल्सो. देयर इज सो मैनी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल there are so many societies who are providing such services. Example नेकी की दीवार, तो over there people are just going and giving them what they are not using now, अपने पुराने कपड़े, shoes, etc. They are just submitting them, and those who need it they can come there and they can collect it. So that is the type of your social service. You are not paid for that service. So these type of services are known as your non-economic activity, जहाँ आपको कोई भी profit नहीं हो रहा है. Okay, remember that when there is no profit or no gain, so these activities are counted as your non-economic activity. Then furthermore, money lacks in the measurement. In this, money is not there. It results in satisfaction and happiness. That means those activities which will bring out happiness in you, which will enthusiasm, which will bring enthusiasm in you, those are known as your non-economic activities. Okay, for example, charities, donations, medical camps, free donation camps, free blood camps. These are your non-economic activities. Now the next one is your some of the examples of non-economic activity. First one is your free time activity. For example, if you are doing painting or singing just to use your idle time, so that will be a non-economic activity, because you are not selling your paintings or you are not singing to gain some money. You are just using your time to pass. Next one is family committed activities. For example, if a teacher is educating his own child, as a teacher, if I am teaching my own child, so it will not be considered as an economic activity, because यहाँ मुझे कोई monetary fund नहीं मिल रहा है, यहाँ मुझे mental satisfaction मिल रही है that I am able to teach my child properly. The next one is cultural and religious activities. For example, अगर आप किसी मंदिर को विजिट करने के लिए जाते हो, या फिर आप मंदिर बनवा रहे हो, या आप भगवान की पूजा कर रहे हो, या आप कोई भी अलग से पूजा कर रहे हो, so that will be your non-economic activity. लास्ट वन इज द सोशल वेलफेयर एक्टिविटीज़. अगर आप किसी को सिंपथाइज होकर हेल्प कर रहे हो, फॉर एग्जांपल इन केस ऑफ फ्लड्स और समथिंग, सो पीपल यूजुअली डोनेट मनी टू हेल्प देम. सो दैट इज बेसिकली डन ड्यू टू sympathy or your self happiness, not for earning some money. Now the last topic is your economic activity. This is the last topic of your chapter. In economic activity, what do you mean by economic activity? We have discussed this earlier. We have discussed a very small part of it, that economic activities are those activities which involve money, circulation of money, earning of money. That means when you are earning money, that will be considered as your economic activity. Economic activity is the activity of making, providing, purchasing or selling goods and services. Any action that involves producing, distributing or consuming products or services is an economic activity. It exists at all levels within a society. आप जो भी काम करते हो जिसके थ्रू यू आर अर्निंग समथिंग, सो दैट विल बी नोन एज योर इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ you are a teacher, so you are getting salary, so that will be economic activity. If you are a doctor, you are paid salary, so you are doing economic activity. Even if you are a cobbler or goldsmith, so if you are earning money by giving your services or by selling out products, so that will be considered as your economic activity. Now look over here in the present chart, there are 4 phases, but basically there are only 3 economic activities. First one is consumption, second one is production, and third one is distribution. Now first one, consumption. Consumption means when you are consuming the products. Consumption is the first economic activity. Now some of the students will think that in consumption means we are consuming the products. So how it will be considered as your economic activity? So consumption is included in economic activity because when you are consuming the goods, that means you are circulating monetary funds in the market. So that's how consumption become a part of economic activity. The second one is your production. Production means that you are converting raw material into finished good. You can write it down. Production means when you are converting raw materials into finished goods. So when you are basically converting raw material into finished good, so you are actually doing production. And when you will convert raw material into finished good, that means you are adding the value to the product. अब आप वैल्यू ऐड करोगे अगर अपने प्रोडक्ट में, सो इट विल बी सोल्ड एट अ हाई रेट. सो दैट्स हाउ इट बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. Next one is exchange. Exchange is basically just a part of distribution only. Now distribution, what do you mean by distribution? Distribution is very important. Distribution is not just about how you are distributing the products. Distribution is about how you are paying different factor of production. How you are paying different factors of production. First one is your factor of production. Now there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. You have to learn all these 4 factors of production because basically in economics, in many of the chapter it will be repeated again and again that what are the factors of production and what are factor payments. So first one is your land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Land will be paid in the form of rent. आप land को lease पे लेते हो. Then second one is labor. You will pay laborers wages or salary. आप अपने लेबर को या तो वेजेस प्रोवाइड करोगे या सैलरी प्रोवाइड करोगे. अगर आप फिजिकल वर्क करवा रहे हो, सो यू विल बी पेइंग वेजेस. इफ यू आर डूइंग मेंटल वर्क, सो यू विल बी पेड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सैलरी और रेम्यूनरेशन. Then the next one is capital. Capital will be paid in the form of interest. And last one is your entrepreneur. Entrepreneur means the owner of the business. So owner of the business will acquire profit from the sales. So that's how your distribution ends. That means how you distribute all the income in factor of production. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. That means that your rent, wages, interest, and profit respectively. Land will be paid in the form of rent. That labor will be paid in the form of wages. Capital will be paid in the form of interest, and the last one is your entrepreneur or enterprise will gain some of the profit. So that's here your chapter ends.